Hey yo, cheers. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey yo, welcome back. Oh, you can't see me. You can't see me yet, can you? Can you? Hey yo, there we are. Cheers. Cheers. Good morning. Welcome. Welcome. Good morning, all. How are you feeling today? Yo, what's up? Crypto news with Kung Fu. Good morning. Good morning, nerds. Good morning, beautiful people of the interwebs. Hi. Hi, how are you today? How are you? Welcome back. Good morning. Let's say hey to the room. Let's say hey to everybody. Let's say hey to everybody. Something clever. How are you? Last. Bricks. Greetings, Chris Ford. Yo, the great Pate. Second. Bob says, yeah, boy. Corey Ziegelman. Good morning. Sean Griffin, Rob Casey, Chellfire, Rohit, Kyle, Bub, Mr. DCY. How's it going? Crypto Catherine, Nicholas. What is up, Coin Fam? Coin Linked, Josh Chije, Crypto Sifu. Hiya! XRP Grind, Andre, Simyao, J Vot. What is up? Hello. Cheers from Iowa. Hey, how's it going, XRP fam? How's it going, Crypto and Kung Fu Nerd fam? How are you today? Welcome back. Ciao from Milano. How are you guys? You finally got a friend to put a good chunk of change towards XRP. That sounds legit. Hey yo, how's it going? Clara B, what's up? Meowgi, what's up? Hey KFN, did you read all the names on your card? I want to make sure everyone got mentioned, or I have the card right here. It's so just what I needed. It's so perfect. Thank you so much. I have a video coming out later that actually addresses that, answers your question. It'll be hopefully done later today. You'll be able to watch it on the channel. What is up? XRP Parrot to the moon. XRP Parrot, that's right. There was so much I could have put in the headline or decided to focus today's show on, with the misinformation at TechCrunch, or that rough interview, whatever we want to call that. I don't know if that was orchestrated just to kind of like coax some fudders into the conversation or what. But looking at that entire spectacle, looking at the FUD around XRP with that community article as well. And then I made a tweet this morning and I got a response from Mike Dudas, or whatever his name is. And instead of highlighting all that, I decided we should highlight the good things. Let's highlight the good things that are exciting, things that are taking over. And XRP Parrot is up there. That's up there. Man, that guy Wheats, he's such a pioneer, such a great pioneer of the space. And we'll talk about him for a minute. We'll do that whole thing. We came in a little bit late, but we'll chat for a minute and then we'll get to the headlines, get to the news. Skip to the end. It certainly got everyone talking. Yeah, Chellfire's right. It definitely got everyone talking. It got a conversation started. I think it might have given space, or it held space for people who were anti-XRP to feel like they could be part of the conversation. And I think that is powerful. That's powerful to look at. What does that mean? Letting people be part of the conversation. XRP just made it to 29 cents. It was bouncing down to 27 yesterday. What do you guys think of that drop that we experienced? We were at about a little under 7,000 yesterday during the show. And then I think right after that, we had another $500 drop all the way down to bouncing around. Bitcoin was at 6,300. XRP found some resistance at 27.5 cents. 27.5 cents. It was painful to watch, says Clara B. Hey, what's up, Nigel? How's it going? It was painful to watch, Clara B said. I can relate that was rough. There were some low blows and some interesting shots made. I kind of feel like it was maybe, I'm not going to say completely orchestrated, but I think that we have to realize that, drama sells, controversy sells. People might be excited to jump into the conversation if they feel like their opinion is going to be honored, which maybe that presenter gave an opportunity to invite people in who were naysayers of XRP, and they could at least hear the thoughtful, well-dropped responses from Brad. Especially with Arrington being like, I didn't know they couldn't freeze. That's crazy. It's like, are you sure you didn't know that, bro? Yeah, you didn't know that? Maybe he didn't know that. I don't know. But I understand if that was rough to watch. I kind of found it amusing. I kind of found it entertainment. It was you not entertained? Yeah, just created a good buy opportunity. It did. That's true. That's true. No, XRP has to stay low until my check clears. Same for me, bro. Same for me. You and I are in the same boat. Let's get those checks. Let's get those checks cleared. Let's get those checks cleared and stack those bags. The dogs will not get in at high prices. Hey, that's right. That's right. Hey, Kung Fu. Very, very true. Very true. All right. Well, I kind of enjoyed that the back and forth and I thought it was fun, but I think some of the people were pretty disappointed. I think other people were pretty disappointed. So, what does that mean? The vulgarity was offensive. That's true. I can see how the vulgarity could offend. I can see how that could offend. And I think that there was it's just an interesting presentation in general. I don't know. I feel like it was a part of just a way for them to address those concerns or the misconceptions. But maybe that's just an organic. Maybe it just organically happened that way. You know what I wanted to talk about, just because I thought about it, and because it's my show, I can talk about whatever I want. Anybody seen that documentary? I think it's called The Experiment. It's a documentary. It's referencing a study done in like the 60s, 70s. It's called The Experiment. I think the original study is called also The Experiment or something. It's kind of like a test on blind obedience to authority, where they put that person in a room and they have like electrical nodes strapped up to them, and then they have another person pressing a button shocking them, and then they have a person, the authority in the room, telling them to continually shock the person, and the person in the room yelling in anguish as the intensity of the shocks goes up. And yeah, the Berkeley one. Yes, thank you, Clara B. I wasn't sure. I was trying to remember what it was. Yeah, the Berkeley one. Press the button. Exactly, Cisco. Press the button. So it's a really interesting thing. The entire experiment just kind of lends insight to the reality that our society breeds a blind obedience to authority, and we can see how this has led us astray in certain instances, like these events right now, where you have people misinforming the public about the reality of this technology, et cetera, et cetera. It's a very generalized concept to apply to crypto right now and mainstream media, but the idea in general is just this concept of our blind obedience to authority and what we're willing to do to appease this authority. So it's a really, really good documentary, or fictional documentary, I guess, at best. I don't know what it would be called or considered, but it's on Netflix. It's called The Experiment, I think, and it references the Berkeley experiment from, I think, the 60s. It was really good to watch. I watched it a long time ago. I watched it like when it first came out, like a year or two ago. But I just thought about that today. I was thinking about the narrative, this narrative that the general populace is fed, basically, and the narrative kind of being fed by someone who's not even a pundit of the information themselves. So it's interesting to look at. And what does that mean? It was very strange. It did feel like an ambush. The more you kind of looked at it, it did feel, if it wasn't orchestrated and if they didn't partake in the plan to pull together this event, this organized moment, if they didn't plan it, it definitely feels like Brad got jumped or ambushed. I could agree with that. How did he handle it? I think he handled it really well. I think he did really well with that. Good work. Good work, Brad. You did good. I think he did good. I think he did pretty good. But what does that mean? I don't know. Was he ready? Was he ready for the ambush?
No. No.
Maybe he was ready. Maybe he was ready for the ambush. Maybe they planned it. I don't know. He did great. Yeah, cheers to Brad. He did great. He held it together. He held it in there. He dropped the knowledge. He stayed true to the message, to the ethos of the space. Arrington was like a little bit wild, wasn't he? Arrington's a little bit all over the place. Hey, yo, what's up? Kyle, what's up? MK style. What's up, Jason? What's up, Simyao? Yeah, he did great. Hey, what's up, Jason? Yeah, maybe they were late to the stage. That's true. Cisco's right. Maybe there was some discussion about how it was going to be presented. Yeah, it's true. I kind of feel like, especially the whole like, oh, wait, you can't freeze Assets? Huh. Interesting. Arrington, definitely, like, I feel like he already knew that, but I think he was just kind of coaxing that narrative out. He was kind of coaxing that conversation out. Yeah, totally. Yo, Mikey. Yeah, the mod was a tool. He definitely, I think the mod kind of like gave a space. I think the mod, in a sense, gave a space to the haters. He held space for the FUD and for the haters to feel like they had their ideologies presented on stage, which might have enticed them to stay long enough to hear answers, to hear their FUD be defudded. That's right. Welcome to Crypto News, to Kung Fu Crypto in the Mornings live stream, where we chop through the FUD and stay ahead of the FOMO. That's really, really crazy because I think it was possible to see people. I don't know who. I know they're out there, but people on the fence that have possibly been thinking like, maybe XRP's doing something I should pay attention to. Like, maybe that conversation is going to give an opportunity to those people to do some more research on their own. And that's a good point. You never know, though. I don't really know. Maybe he's a pure hater. Mikey, maybe he's a pure hater, and he's just like, it was just an organic event that happened with him. With his, he just had the very common misconceptions that sounded like a Bitcoin fanboy, and it was funny for him to use those. Those terms, against them. I don't know. Yeah, he totally laughed it off. He did. The venue was very unprofessional. The woman who introduced them is always like that. It's a TechCrunch culture, obviously started by Arrington dude. This is funny. You're funny. You funny. Yeah, Brad did a great job. Brad laughed it off. He handled it well. He answered the questions. He made it lighthearted. He didn't take it personally. If anything, you could just say he's a professional. Brad knows what's up. He did a good job. That's funny. I don't think I saw the joke. I don't think I saw that. Yeah, and then thinking about the article today, this one that I saw, and I already kind of retweeted at Mike Dudis or whatever Mike Dudis his name. This one, the XRP community unhealthy, says founder of the block, accuses Ripple team of price manipulation. I was like, I read this whole thing and was like, this is so crazy. Anyone see Arrington Ripple socks? I didn't. Yeah, Brad held them off. No, he's polished. He's a butcher. Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, exactly. No, that's true. It's true. I guess it came and went. It is what it is. So whatever happens now in the media, what they regurgitate, how they regurgitate it. Looking at the headlines today, it was funny. The headlines today are pretty much all of what we covered yesterday, with the Goldman Sachs dropping their plans for the crypto desk, but not really dropping them, just shelving them. And then what was it? The Iran, the Lagoon market paying $24,000 for Bitcoin. That's crazy. And then that's the news we covered yesterday. We're one day ahead because that's just how I guess they do. It's got that echo chamber factory quality to it. So looking at this article, I already retweeted and defudded it. The biggest problem, I think, is that Pomp doesn't understand the difference between Ripple, the company, and XRP, the token. His suggestion at the end is saying, literally, he says this could all be eliminated if they would just give up their XRP tokens and take equity in Ripple instead. I retweeted it. I tweeted it back to him. I said, what are you talking about, dude? Like, why? How does that make any sense? You can basically renounce the tokens and take value in the equity of Ripple, which would clearly connect to XRP. No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works at all. His assumptions about how it works leads him to continually be misinformed about how he's going to criticize the tech. It's unfortunate that he doesn't actually just do some research and look at what's happening or understand the technology. Maybe he's actually like, how, guys, I don't even know if you guys know Alex Jones very much, but Alex Jones is part of this information movement, this rebellion against the authority. For a long time, I kind of felt like if it's even possible for you to imagine this, I like to imagine a lot of extreme possibilities and consider myself part of all camps and not really tie myself to either side. It gives me a perspective above most of the single individual tribalistic perspectives. What am I suggesting? I'm saying maybe what if Alex Jones is a compartmentalized part of a government program? Like what if his paychecks are cut from the government? He's part of a misinformation think group. Misinformation think group. What is that? It's kind of like what Mike Dudis is doing. It's like a misinformation group that's like purposely, maybe even like perpetuated by some of the core founders. Because why? How confused could he be? How confused could he be? He's definitely, there's no way he can believe these things. Yeah, exactly. Chop Chop knows exactly what's up. He's saying these things as he's buying XRP behind the scenes. That would be my guess. Because if you look at everything he says, there's no truth to it. There's no facts in anything he says. Why would you give up a neutral permissionless token for the ledger to take equity in a company? Not correlated at all. It's not correlated. It's not correlated. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't understand why these are perpetuated, why these rumors and misinformation is perpetuated. And then when you think about it, maybe there's a reason it's perpetuated. Maybe there's a specific reason that this is a narrative we continually see. I'm not saying, maybe it is organic. Maybe it's organically happened this way. Maybe not. Maybe there's a degree of intent behind this narrative. I don't know. I'm not saying anything. But looking at Mike accusing Ripple of their connection to the XRP ledger is they're generalizing and like muddling these concepts together to create confusion. It really doesn't lend a lot of support to his company or his knowledge or like his future in this space. So I don't know what his plan is. I don't know why he's doing. I don't know. Yeah, it's laughable. It doesn't make any sense. Why would he do this? It doesn't make any sense. So that's not the headline today. Oh, look, I made it off center, so you guys can't even. I'm like scrolling up and down, and you guys can't see it. But yeah, that's what it looks like right there. Now, the thing that was really exciting actually today was this. This is like the popping off news. This is the big thing. We said this was going to happen. I didn't know for sure it was going to be Wheats, but I don't know. We probably should have seen this coming. Wheats built out it's basically a company or an application or a service under this XRParrot. It's going to be Euro-to-XRP conversions. I think he set up a relationship with GitHub and with basically the ability for you to have an immediate transfer from Euro to XRP. That's pretty crazy. It's basically like it's a corporate level application basically that he's offered. He's personally offering and developing this. This is so big. We said this was going to happen. We said this was going to happen a long time ago, months ago. We were like, individuals are going to begin building out consumer-facing applications on the ledger to offer corporate-grade services on this infrastructure because they don't need to develop their own competing infrastructure now. This is literally just like what David Schwartz is talking about, thinking about giving Wheats the opportunity to develop this with the XRP ledger as the base, blockchain he's using. It's so beautiful, and the potential is endless. The potential is endless for this. I cannot say enough how big this is. Looking at an individual launching something like this, yeah, Wheats is so awesome. Aside from building the tip bot, and aside from building the ledger, and aside from all these other things, and the other day I said something about like, I said something about some of his projects, and I was like, yeah, he's doing a great job. I bet he's building something. I bet he's working on something maybe, and we don't know. And then he dropped this, and this is really cool. He's a very, very intelligent, informed, up-to-date pioneer. He's a pioneer. So coming soon, XRParrot for fast, easy Euro to XRP conversion. So Wheats loves birds. We know that. He owns 2 birds. He has made the progression of naming his new website a particular bird. And the simplicity of the design. It's pretty simple. It's easy to say. He might be our XRP genius outside of the company. One of Wheat's strengths: focus on creating a smooth user experience, whether it be for an online wallet or XRP tip bot. He does have a very, very beautiful UI. His Apple-esque UI is so. Oh God, dang it! Oh, it's so good. So good. just gets you going. You know what I mean? His UI just gets you going. It's not funny. I'm serious, guys. I'm serious. White wheat is awesome. Yeah. This is true. This is true. This is freaking huge. It's freaking huge. This is so huge. It's so big. You're right. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. This is big stuff. The website will automatically transition euros to XRP using the best possible rate and the lowest fees, completing as fast as the user's bank can process an IBAN transaction. No human intervention is necessary. The entire process is automated once the user activates their transfer. The user defines all aspects of the transaction, including destination wallet. This could be their own private wallet, an exchange wallet, or even their XRP Tipbot account. Wow. Banks within Europe have a mixed reputation for IBAN transfer speed, so it could take anywhere from instant to 4 to 8 hours. The worst case scenario would be a Monday to Friday transfer, depending on the bank. How is it so simple? Due to a new European banking regulation known as the PSD, the Revised Directive on Payment Services, banks must make their customers' accounts available for connecting freely and securely with other banks and financial service companies. This encouraging competition to the benefit of European citizens. This allows websites such as XRParrot to connect with European bank account holders via IBAN and identifying telephone numbers. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is crazy. And you can see that European banking regulations developing this directive on payment services is really awesome. That's really awesome. They might, I dare say that they're ahead. I dare say they're ahead of the States. The monthly XRP deposit, White's indicated the website when live will also allow users to set up their periodic withdrawal from their bank account to a specific wallet address with their choice, just like a one-time transfer option. How does it work? XRParrot purchases GateHub Euro IOU with customer transfer euros and then immediately trades GateHub IOUs for XRP on the decentralized XRP exchange. Here is a graph. Bank, Parrot, exchange, wallet. That's simple. Wow, crazy. It's crazy as crazy. How'd they do it? How did they do it? It's just one man. It's just one man. Goodness. You said the XRP is blowing up right now. Blowing up right now. Is it blowing up right now? Should I go look at something that has more exciting response, has a more real-time response than CoinMarketCap? What, up 1%. You're watching on LiveCoin right now? Woo! Woo! XRP Moon! XRP! Hey, what's up, Ed? How are you? What's up? Volume's going up, but nothing crazy is happening. Okay. What are you guys looking at? Live Coin Watch? Look at that. Look at that. Live Coin Watch. Let's check this out. Let's check this Live Coin Watch out. All right. Inside the hour, up almost 1%. There we go. Not blowing up. 29 cents. 1%. XRP Moon! Oh, man, where's the hotkey when you need it? God dang hotkey! Where are you mooning? XRP Moon! XRP! Well, guys, it's happening. It's moon time. It's moon time for sure. Yeah, no, we want it to stay low. It's true. Guys, I don't get paid for another 2 weeks, so I need it to stay low. I need it to stay low, guys. Trading view. We want it to stay low so we can buy in. It should not go up on speculation. We want to moon based off utility. I want 20 cents, 5 for $1. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Oh, my goodness. That's what I'm saying right now. I want that. Why not? I think it's possible. I think we can see it. Coworkers are looking at you. It's okay. Let them look. Let them laugh. Let them watch. Definitely one of the biggest things I think is this XRP Parrot, XRParrot. How are you keeping the fees low? So this is what I'm saying. This is what we said a long time ago. You're literally gonna have people, individuals building out consumer-facing applications on the ledger with this infrastructure protocol, offering the infrastructure to them to build these applications on, competing with corporations that have been sucking up these chunks of services, sucking up these percentages of transfers that they're no longer gonna be able to take advantage of. That's crazy. That's crazy. I think that's exciting, actually. It's exciting to look at. It brings power back to the people. Power back to the people. That's what we're excited about. Pew, pew. That's right. Word. Pew, pew. 2021, here we come. No big deal. You know what's also talking about Ripple today is Crypto Daily, talking about Ripple XRP is becoming the more efficient and sustainable currency. They're referencing the energetic expenditure of proof of work blockchain. Pushing the willingness to preserve the planet increases every day. Studies have indicated that nearly 7 in every 10 millennials are willing to pay more for products and services which are environmentally friendly and socially responsible. The main concern is to minimize our contribution to climate change and its effects. The primary way of achieving this is reducing the emission of greenhouse gases. And we know that, well, especially with this next phrase, it says every financial transaction leaves a carbon footprint, whether overt or not. The Paris Climate Change Agreement requires countries to control their emissions. As a result, businesses and investors have to prove that their business model is helping to deliver a stable climate. Carbon taxes are one way of funding the fight against climate change. The higher the carbon emission of an organized production process, the more it's bound to pay in carbon tax or permits. What does this mean if we look forward to the blockchain industry? A recent study with the University of Stockholm, researchers showed that the energy consumed for 100 million Bitcoin transactions would be sufficient to power 75 million light bulbs. The Ripple XRP ledger proved to be the most energy efficient, using energy enough for only 7 light bulbs. It's even more eco-friendly than the Visa network, which would consume enough energy to power 3,700 light bulbs with the same number of transactions. So thinking about, not only is XRP ledger beautiful and amazing and open and permissionless and neutral, and Wheats can build out consumer-facing applications that provide services to remove basically the people who are taking advantage of these services. There's no other, the monopoly of these services, basically. What does that mean? Not even bringing into the conversation the idea that the XRP ledger is going to be energetically more efficient than anything else that we have right now to process these payments. So they're building out a payment rail. ILP is key. XRP is the most efficient ledger. Efficiency is key. The Paris, Texas Climate Change Agreement requires countries to control their emissions. Energy expenditure is key. Efficiency and scalability and availability for the ledger to work. I don't know. I don't know, guys. It just seems like we keep having this, I feel like, I don't know for sure, but XRP might be all right. It might be all right. I don't know. That's not funny. Stop laughing. Stop laughing back there. Not funny. CoinLink wants to know if I know Kung Fu for real. Bro. I know Kung Fu. Yes, I know Kung Fu. I know all the Kung Fu. Come at me, bro. Come at me. So this is good stuff. XRP, the best currency option for those who are serious about preserving this planet we call home. It makes business sense for investors in countries where carbon pricing is already in place, as well as when such pricing comes into effect in other. Ripple XRP is bound to be more profitable when carbon marketing becomes a global affair. That's pretty exciting to think about how well this was built, how beautiful and insightful this was. This is a pretty much a foresight you probably can't get unless these are aliens. It's hard to say really how they did it so well. How did they do it so well? How did they make such a beautiful, sleek, well-designed ledger? It's like they really understood the technology and had foresight of economic models and game theory or something. I'm not saying that I know how they did it, but they did it. So we have the Ripple XRP becoming more efficient and sustainable compared to other currencies specifically, of course, yeah. The XRP community is unhealthy, apparently, from the founder of The Rock, accusing Ripple team of price manipulation, which sounds kind of crazy if you look at the manipulative tactics and power of manipulation from BTC whales and BTC maximalists and from miners. That just seems laughable. Laughable. Whites is about to take over European to fiat crypto conversions. That was really probably one of the biggest things today. One of the biggest things, I think. And I retweeted this, the Hodor tweet. I retweeted this, so it's out there. You guys can go check it out. He's on the XRP community blog shouting it out. I don't really understand why he's not like, this guy should be getting like on a world tour right now. Wheats should literally be on like the Wheats tour. He should be touring and like have an audience of millions of people in the stands like cheering like, how'd you do it? Oh my God, there he is. There's Wheats. Oh my God, how did he do it, people? Look at this. He built this beautiful, sleek, efficient, oh my God, conversion for Euro to XRP. It has never been done before. Is he even one man? He might be like from the future or something. I don't know. I'm just surprised there's not more. It just goes to show you, like, we're hyping up like the people on Instagram or whatever that like are rolling around with, you know, I don't know, that whole drama that blew up with that little girl that was like talking smack to everybody. She's like popular and blowing up. I think Wheats should be popular. We should blow Wheats up. We should make Wheats a celebrity. That's what we should do. If there's one goal, one goal, guys, we should make Wheats a celebrity, like real celebrity status. Yeah, bigger than Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's right. That's right. That's right. Earth, Wind, and who? I'm talking about Wheats Wind. I like it. I like it, XRP grind. Exactly. They Live. That's a good movie. They Live. Exactly, yeah. Meow knows. 1 million hours of practice. They say 10,000 hours to mastery. I say 100,000 hours to beginner. 1 million hours to master. 1 million hours of practice. That's awesome. That's great. It's a great Earth. Mr. DCY, I appreciate it. Yeah, XRP is killing Ethereum. I saw someone yesterday say, they were like, I think Ethereum's going to go to $100. Or someone said Ethereum's going to $100. I don't know if it's going to go that low, but it's definitely getting pummeled right now. I don't know if SMEs or I don't know if some of those companies and ICOs have decided to move away from Ethereum yet and move towards Codius. It seems like it would be a smart decision if they did. You said my voice sounds normal again. I finally figured out my mic. I was like trying to do the video yesterday, which should be out later today, which addresses the if I read all these or not question. That video later today. I figured out how to adjust the mic gain, I think, so it's not capping out. It's not clipping. I think it's not clipping. It should be working, which means I can potentially yell again. It's all good. Yeah, there was a moment there where we had to test out the mic. We could go back to our smooth, easy crypto news voice too. It's just a little softer, and I just lean into the microphone a little bit and slow down. No big deal. Thanks for doing the math for me on that one, Clara. I was thinking I want to do the math on that. I was thinking about that. 1 million hours, guys, if you wanted to know. If you were wondering about 1 million hours to mastery, which is what I said, I was like, because you guys know the saying 10,000 hours to mastery, right? It's basically like spend 10,000 hours practicing something, and you're a master of it. And I always like to, whenever I have a conversation about mastery with someone, I like to bring up first and foremost. That's probably why it bothers you to not understand the market and like to look at it, and you're literally trying to get better at it. You're trying to understand and have a degree of mastery on your interpretation of the market, and it's not there yet because there's no real like metrics, there's no real paired utility, there's no real price movement paired to function. It's just this crazy speculative hype fest. So it's got to be challenging to your psyche to look at the market and think like, how do I understand this better? But there's a psychological reward that we all seek of mastery. And so yeah, like a common phrase is 10,000 hours to mastery. So spend 10,000 hours practicing anything and you become somewhat closer to a master than you were, I would say. But what does that mean? Like if you spend 10,000 hours practicing, how much are you really practicing? How much are you really practicing is the real question. I always ask people that. How much are you really practicing when you're practicing? You know what I mean? Like if you go meditate right now, how meditate for an hour and tell me how long you actually meditated. And then think about that as like it's your awareness and your attention to detail and your mindfulness and focus is what it's highlighted. So how long did you actually focus and be mindful of your practice? 10,000 hours? That'd be a good goal. Yeah, let me go ahead and remind you, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a fiduciary. I'm just commenting on articles on the internet. But yeah, exactly. What are you practicing is always a good question. And then thanks Clara B for doing the math. If you're gonna be a million hour master of something, that means that you would have to practice it for 30 hours a day for 90 years, which is impossible. How many hours are in the day? I don't know. That sounds about right though. 30 hours. Sounds good. And so yeah, how long do you practice any of those things? It can be rough. 10,000 hours is rough. 10,000 hours is a lot of practice. 10,000 hours is a lot of practice. And did you actually practice for those 10,000 hours, or were you just in la la land, thinking you're practicing, going through the motions without thinking about them? Is that practice? I don't know. That's neither here or there. Neither here nor there. Either way, Bitcoin at 64.70. It's up 0.05% in the hour. Ethereum's down 0.33% in the hour at $230. XRP's at 29 cents. XRP's at 29 cents. And Bitcoin Cash at 510. EOS at $5. YouTuber tells me how many XRP to be millionaire. You funny. Yeah, 10,000 years. That's a long time. I know. 10,000 years. I guess I didn't even know I made an Aladdin reference, but I did. I did it. What was the Aladdin reference? Tell me more. I forgot what I said already. Also in the news, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I keep talking about Dogecoin every now and then. I said something about Dogecoin yesterday. I said something about Dogecoin the day before. And it's because there's this pending update coming out with Dogecoin going strong, expecting some Doge Ethereum tests to come out. Dogecoin, what's going on with this? I thought they were a joke. Apparently they're going legit. It had some kind of super run the other day. We saw like 170% return in just Doge, and it kind of broke away from the rest of the market. And when we saw the market drop the last day or two, Doge actually kind of held at 0.5 cent. That was kind of interesting to look at. Is XRP running right now? It's up by 2%. We're about to be at 30 cents. 2% run. Here we come. I made that tweet like a week ago or 2 weeks ago about how I think XRP will take the #1 position in market cap by the end of the year. And honestly, what do you guys think about that? If XRP had $100 billion more market capitalization in it, it would be above Bitcoin right now. No big deal. Why is it going up? It's a good question. Honestly, I don't know why it's going up. I kind of thought that interview was really great and fun, and I was entertained, but I didn't think it looked that good from someone who was possibly a naysayer of XRP, someone who's an anti-XRPer. I thought that interview didn't look that good from our side. They could have had a perception that they won maybe something there. I thought the price would negatively reflect that interview. I thought the price would have a negative reflection from the interview and from the FUD sent out on whatever headline that was with the XRP community thing. But it looks like it's had the opposite effect. It looks like we've rallied. It looks like we've united. Go team. Go XRP team.
We have about 3 weeks to fill up our bags with XRP.
Ooh, that sounds baller. Farshad, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Farshad. I appreciate the support, and I appreciate your encouragement that we have 3 more weeks. I'm excited. I'm very excited for those 3 weeks. As I keep saying, I get paid, and I can buy XRP. It's very exciting. Very exciting. For sure, Farshad. For sure. 3 weeks to fill up our bags. That sounds great. I think that swell is going to be exciting for sure. I think something obviously is building or something's happening. I think that we might have some upward momentum and some drop-offs. We might have some volatility, shall I say. We are still... Exactly. It's exactly, Bricks. Time to buy XRP and chew bubblegum. And I'm all out of gum. Yeah. For sure. I saw Doge is doing something with Vitalik. I believe Ethereum partnership's real. I think it is real. I think that is real. I think Doge is going legit, and it's at half a cent. I was thinking about Roger Ver buying like $250,000 worth of XRP at 1 cent, and I was like, I wish... I wonder how much fun that would have been. Brad handled himself with class. I think so, too. I think Jake is right. Brad did a great job. Brad did a great job, even though the host was a complete douche. I kind of thought that we would have a little bit of a heyday today. I thought some of the XRP fudders would be like, yeah, look at that. Do good. Nick really wants to know if Brad Garlinghouse is my dad. That's a real personal subject, bro. That's a real personal subject. We got paid today. I'm buying 300 worth. All right. Game over if I can use GIFs in chat. I'll figure out how to do that. I'll try to figure out how to add that in for you to make this function happen. Mikey says once XRapid drops, it's game over for buying time. I agree. Game over for buying time. What's really happening with the entire market right now? It's just bouncing up and down off of speculative hype. You can see that the momentum and speculative hype does pretty much all the work as far as where the market heads. And that and whales, that and like big whales who are just having a grand old time out there. The fact that we were at 7,500 just like 2 days ago or 3 days ago, wherever it was, and then just dropped that so fast to 6,500, you got to just wonder, how much it can move up and down from one person playing with it. My own father disowned me. That's true. You're right. Yeah, I should do that. Good point. You know what else I wanted to look at today that I thought was kind of interesting was we looked at the FUD. We looked at the FUD on XRP. We looked at the wheats. We looked at blind obedience to authority. We didn't really look at that, but we talked about it. Blind obedience to authority. It's that documentary on Netflix. I think it's called The Experiment. But you know what else is kind of interesting to look at? What was I looking at earlier? Is the history of the Monopoly game. You guys know the history of the Monopoly game? You guys know the history of Monopoly? Yeah, me neither. I didn't know the history of Monopoly either until I went and looked at it on some Reddit thread. I was like, this is crazy. So the ideas, your father disowned you? No. Something clever. Oh, wait, Jake says FOMO will kick in when Bill Clinton hits XRapid Live button. That's what you think's going to happen is Bill Clinton's going to press the XRapid Live button on stage? Dude, that sounds awesome. That sounds like some freaking sweet ideas. I like that. I'm imagining that now. Let's all imagine that together. Let's manifest. They keep shaking the tree, says something clever, and dropping the loose hands. Big money buys in, rinse and repeat before the big run. I agree 100%. That's exactly what I think's happening. Shake the tree, drop loose hands, big money buy, rinse, repeat. Easy to do that. You can literally see that. That's what I was saying yesterday in the live stream. If you look at the coin market, and I'll have to take away my beautiful face for a minute. I know. Oops, we don't need that. Got all these things going now. So if you look at what the chart shows in the 7-day graph, you can see that's exactly what happened. You had 7 days of people buying in as the market ran up. So there's all this buy-in. People are FOMOing into the market. And then at one manipulated moment, they sell all those buys. They sold all that gain, dropping the market, giving them another opportunity. It's kind of crazy because like the more they hold, each time they do this, it just consolidates the power into their hands. So they can just keep doing it more and more. That's kind of what NASDAQ and the elves are all about. They're looking at cleaning up Santa's workshop. They want to make sure they can get, the toy machines set up so that they can monitor they're not, making fake toys or saying they're making toys when they're not, sending toys to countries that don't exist, etc. like that, etc. like that. We want to make sure those elves are up to the right things. We don't want any elf problems. We can't have elf problems at Christmas. Oh yeah, that's right. We're going hard with that. FOMO will kick in when Clinton hits that wicked sax solo. Clinton is going to hit that wicked sax solo, I hope. I hope so. Coin linked, all jokes aside, love your channel, brother. Thank you so much, Coin linked. I appreciate it. I appreciate the support. It means a lot. It means a lot. Ame tofu and us. Monopoly was a tool to show the bad side of capitalism. Oh my God, I didn't even get to it yet, and XRP Grind already knows. XRP Grind, how are you so smart? How are you so smart? How are you guys all so smart? You guys are so informed. I feel so honored. I feel so honored to be in the presence, and to be part of this community, this group. So many smart people in this room with my live stream, with my chat. What did I do to deserve this? What did I do to deserve this? Ahmed, what's up? You saw the experiment. It shows you what happens if you put artists in a role and it gets dynamic. Like in crypto. Is that the right movie? Am I thinking about the right one? Is The Experiment the one I'm thinking of where they put someone in the room and they have someone press that button to shock them over and over again? Because that's the documentary I'm thinking of, is the one where they're testing the blind obedience to authority. Moonshot. Elf care for all. Elf care is right. That's right. Roger. Ed French, I almost read that out loud. That is funny. Yes. So I was just talking about this, looking at the history of Monopoly. Well, this is funny too. Someone on Reddit was saying they sold their XRP and at 170 and it went up to 211. And I was like, dang, 170. 170. Tell me more. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. So I was looking at this history of Monopoly. Oh yeah, Cardano updates in the news. I think that we're gonna. Yeah, I'm referencing the Berkeley one with the prison guards. No, not the prison guard one. Not the prison guard one. That one's good too. That one's really good. Maybe I confused with the two studies because there's one study with the prisoners, and there's one study with people being shocked, fake shocks. They're not even really being shocked. It's a fake shock experiment, and there's a prison experiment. Both of them are very cool. The fake shock experiment is the one I was thinking about earlier. It's testing people's blind obedience to authority. Cardano put out an update today. Before we look at that Monopoly history thing, Cardano put out an update. The Shelley testnet's about to come through. Cardano is moving to basically have the development of a wider range of third parties. They'll be able to build wallet applications, integrate new or existing products in the platform, and they'll further decentralize the ecosystem. This is pretty much the step in line behind XRP. Obviously, we have Wheats already doing a lot of the stuff that they're about to open up for the Cardano dev team. If there's any individuals like Wheats in the Cardano fam, then that's what they're about to offer up to them. So it's pretty exciting. What am I thinking of? I'm trying to think about this documentary now since we're talking about it. Netflix doc, blind obedience. Respect my authority. Experimenter. Is that what it is? Yeah, it's this one. Experimenter, I think. The famed psychological conducted a series of radical behavior experiments that tested ordinary humans' willingness to obey authority, a 1961 famed psychology experiment. This was really, really, really good to watch. XRParrot. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's dark. It's dangerous. It's crazy. I think this is the right one. Experimenter. Willingness to obey authority. Basically, the idea, the entire narrative, it suggests, to give you a run through, if you guys haven't seen it, you don't have to watch it. They put someone in a box. They put someone in a room, and they hook him up to electrical nodes, and he's part of the control. They have a person dress up like a doctor stand outside of the room. He's part of a control, and they bring in their first person for the experiment or whatever. That person is placed in front of a computer or a machine that basically shows an output of electrical voltage, and they're told to press a button, and they're told that they're shocking the person inside the room they can't see. And the person inside the room is not being shocked at all. They're just sitting in the room doing nothing. But whenever they're told to, or whenever the light goes on that they're getting shocked, they yell out in pain. So the person who has no idea what's going on is sitting there at a station. They can't see a person at all, but every time they push the button, they hear excruciating yells of pain. And there's a person standing behind them who's dressed like a doctor, who's the authority in the situation, telling them to continually push the button. And the study's testing how long they would do it. How long would they push this button to torture another person based off of the authority telling them to do it? Kind of testing the idea of like what happened in Auschwitz, testing the idea of what happened in these situations where people are placed in this position to obey authority and hurt others. And it goes into like this psychological back and forth between trusting the authority telling you to do it and your own ethos saying like, wait, I don't want to hurt this person. And it's really crazy. It's really crazy because it lends the idea that our society breeds a blind obedience to authority, meaning that you don't listen to your internal dialogue telling you don't do this. You're hurting someone. You stop listening to yourself and you start listening to this fake authority. Such a good experiment. Okay. So, thinking about that and thinking about the history of monopoly, it all coincides. It all comes together. So the history of Monopoly, thinking about the Monopoly board game. That's right. The official history is told by Hasbro. It's which the brand basically states they invented the board game in 1933 by an unemployed steam radiator repairman and part-time dog walker. So he described a real estate trading game where property names were taken from Atlantic resort town where he'd summered as a child. It was patented in 1935, and the corporate game maker Parker Brothers sold over 2 million copies in the first 2 years. But this is the real history. The true origins of the game go unmentioned. 3 decades before the patent in 1935, in 1903, a Maryland actress named Lizzie Magie created a prototype of Monopoly as a tool for teaching the philosophies of Henry George, and a 19th century writer who had popularized the notion that no single person could claim to own land. Now, this is where it gets really crazy. Maggie called her invention the landlord game, and when it was released in 1906, it looked remarkably similar to what we know today as Monopoly. It featured continuous long track, each side of a square board. The track was divided into blocks, each marked with the name of the property and its purchase price and its rental value. The game was played with dice and cash, and players moved pawns around the track. It had railroads and public utilities. It also had a chance for cards to quote attributed to. It also had chance cards with quotes attributed to Thomas Jefferson, John Ruskin, and Andrew Carnegie. The game's most expensive properties to buy were New York City's Broadway, Fifth Avenue, and Wall Street. And in place of Monopoly's Go box was a box marked "Labor upon Mother Earth produces wages." The landlord game chief entertainment was the same as in Monopoly. Competitors were to be saddled with debt that ultimately reduced to financial ruin, except for one person, the super monopolist, who would stand tall in the end. What's really crazy, though, is that the difference is that the players could, however, vote to do something not officially allowed in Monopoly. They could cooperate, and under this new alternative rule set, they could pay land rent not to a property title holder, but to a common pot. And the rent effectively socialized, so that Maggie later wrote, "Prosperity is achieved." So looking at the original board game, kind of highlighting the failures of a monopoly and the downfall of someone who has monetary control. What does that mean? It was basically, it taught children that them working together would help them prevent monopolies. And they took that part out of the game. They took that part out of the game, and now when you play it, either you can achieve monopoly or you lose. That's the only option. That's big. That's pretty big. And they also took away the credit of the game going to a female Lizzie Maggie. So that's, I don't know, maybe it's something to think about. But what does it really mean? What does it really mean? I don't know. Look at some of these, like the economic principles the games are based off of and things like that. It's kind of like, it's almost like we've had a whole 120 years of misinformation. It's like we've had a whole, hey, later bricks, farewell, farewell. It's like we had 120 years of misinformation where there was such a big disconnect. People literally, you're going to save the world tonight. All right, bricks, do it. Do it. Do it for us. Do it for us. Do it for yourself. Cheers to all the XRP fam out in the trenches. Out in the XRP fam in the trenches, fighting off the unhealthy fudders. When I responded to this, when I retweeted this to Mike Dudas, his response was so depressing. I was like, really, dude? I was like kind of encouraged because he responded to me. I was like, oh, he responded. Cool. And then I was like, wait. He's not actually having a conversation with me. He's just insulting me. He's just insulting me. That's okay. You're walking dogs to buy XRP? That's cool. That's cool. Me too. Me too. I ran out of money. Today. And I'm all out. I got to go. I'm going to just finish work after this live stream and then go drive for Lyft. Any extra money I can make, buy some more XRP. That's right. That's right. Now, let's see. I am going to, what am I doing? Oh, yeah. So I responded to Mike Dudas. I said, yo, this is hilarious. Basically, Mike Dudas' solution is that they should just give up their XRP. He's saying, like, guys, he's telling Ripple Labs they should just give up their personal bags of XRP and take equity in the company instead. I said, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. He responded, he said, no, I'm saying in return for equity, not just give them up, because equity gives you ownership claim of XRP. If you're going to quote me, at least include the full quote, he said. He says, you perpetuate my claim of a toxic, dishonest community who attacks these outside of it with ad hominems and inaccuracies. I was like, huh, interesting. I said, ownership claims. What are you on about? What are you on about? Equity in Ripple doesn't give you control or ownership claims of XRP. Ripple is a software company. XRP is a permissionless neutral ledger. If this is the root of your argument, you're the one attacking with toxic inaccuracies. I was like, go away. Then he decided to say, LOL, keep telling yourself that. So I responded, now he's responding with ad hominem and inaccuracies. So this guy, I don't even know why he gets so much attention. Why does he get so much attention? Who cares what Mike Dudas thinks? What is this guy doing out there? I've decided, guys. You know what? I'm gonna cut my hair, and I'm gonna start a competing company. I'm gonna build the big block. I'm gonna take out the block. This guy. Who is this guy? What is he doing? What is he doing with his life and with his knowledge in the world? How is he so misinformed? So thinking about the FUD war going on, thinking about the people in the trenches. Let's be supportive. Be supportive of all the people out there. We got really good things happening, really strong moves in every direction, honestly. Strong moves in every direction. Whoa, Mikey, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support. Yeah, who is Mike Dudas? Who is Mike Dudas?
You are the furthest from toxic. Guy's a tool. F him.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support. I turned up the notifications just so we could hear the robot text to chat Yeah, I don't get it. I feel like I'm gonna cut my hair and get a business suit and start a big block company because I don't get how I'm gonna. This is it. I can't make jokes anymore, guys. We can't have fun anymore. We got to do the serious thing. We got to be real. I'm gonna start a company to compete with, whatever Mike Dudas is doing in block. I have no idea what that guy's up to. I have no idea. Actually, if you cut your hair, you would be badass. Yeah, no, I'm serious. I'm cutting my hair. I'm buying I already have a suit. I'm just gonna cut my hair, and then unfortunately, that means that what would mean is that we don't get to do any more fun videos. I would literally just be like, having to go and shake hands and rub elbows all the time. It'd be the end of this. It'd be the end of this. Is that what you want? Is that what you want? It's just funny because I see so many people that I'm like, what is going on with this? How are they respected or listened to? How do people even give them time of day in the space? And it's just because I think that the conversation hasn't evolved. No, don't crash. No, don't crash. Wow, I think it almost crashed. Are you guys still there? That's funny. Diane said, I miss the what my quirky kung fu. Sean says, if you do that, I will never watch you again. Okay, fine. We'll find a balance. We'll make it work. Kenny Williams is right. Thank you so much, Kenny. I agree. It's hard to be yourself. You know what I mean? I tried to be someone else, but everybody else was taken. Where's my laugh track when I need it? Oh, no laugh track? That's rough. There it is. Woo! Good one. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate your support. It means a lot. Anybody else have any exciting headlines today? I think that the XRP community fighting the FUD is pretty big. I think that the XRP community fighting this FUD is going to be one of the bigger things on the horizon. This obviously just some of the most exciting news, I think, highlighting not only XRP but also just wheats in general. This is pretty big. Coming soon, XRParrot, XRParrot for fast, easy Euro to XRP conversions. Fight that. Be you. Cut your hair. Clara B says, in all sincerity, you have that thing that makes people want to either love you or hate you. Wow, that's perfect, I guess. That's exactly what you want, right? We're all just bots. Kung Fu thinks he's chatting with people. Got him! Burn! Kung Fu's chatting with bots. That is hilarious. That's actually one of the funniest parts of that whole FUD article was like their attempt to just say like, the community is just a bunch of bots. It's like there are so many bots on Twitter, guys. There are so many bots on Twitter. Of course, each community has some bots in it. What does that matter? What are you trying to say? It's like part of Twitter. It's like an inherent quality of Twitter to have bats. I need laugh track. Cue the laugh track. We're all just bots. That's the sign of greatness. Thanks, Clara B. You're so sweet. So supportive. I appreciate it. You personally like my long hair and my FUD blockers. You know what? I'm just a pretty spontaneous person. I'm very spontaneous. Someday I might just cut it. Someday it might just be gone. And that's about how my life goes. Spread the standard saying Apple is saying Coil is the Amazon Prime of the internet. Okay. That sounds really awesome. When did they say that? Today? Cut your hair on camera. Cut your hair on camera, they said. The XRP diet? That's funny. Chop Chop knows all about it. Leonardo! Yeah, we were looking at that yesterday. The Bitcoin in Iran at 24K because they're in a lagoon market. It's real. It's real. People. You can see that people want to buy those, and that people are willing to pay that price. So that tells you something. That tells you something. Coil YouTube channel. Okay, let's go look at Coil YouTube channel. Okay, let's go look at the Coil YouTube channel. There's him saying it right there.
What Coil is trying to do is it's trying to basically make that a lot more mainstreamable. We want to make it so that anyone can just, without having, because ultimately it's only useful if a lot of your users can use it, and a lot of your users will only be using it if it's very easy to get onboarded and get started with it. And so what Coil is trying to do is it's trying to say, we're going to take all the risk from connecting to this website, paying this website is our risk. And how do we do that? Well, we say you get a flat rate. You pay us a fixed amount per month. We don't care how many websites you go to. We don't care how much time you spend on them. You just pay us a fixed amount. And if you spend more time, we'll pay out more. Similar to how if you use more bandwidth on your internet provider, they might have to pay more. But we think that over time and across customers, it'll more or less even out. And if somebody is genuinely browsing the web 24/7 and their mouse cursor moves like 1 pixel every minute, we might block them or throw them off the platform. Question?
Would you say it's like the all-you-can-eat sushi of web monetization?
So the question is it like the all-you-can-eat sushi of web monetization? Yes, exactly. That's exactly what it is. We gave a presentation at Apple, and they called it the Amazon Prime for the whole internet. So there's the other, catchy way to put it. And so, the main thing is that web monetization underlying standard is still open. So unlike a lot of other platforms, you don't have to adopt Coil. You don't have to use our product in order to use this. In fact, you could start your own competitor to Coil, which would be cool. Maybe don't get too eager with that, but you can, and we'll take you on. But yeah, the underlying system is just IntelliJ and it's an open browser API, so it's not tied to even any particular blockchain, right? So if you want to use it with Ethereum, there's some people who are going to talk about that in a minute on how you might do that. And so it really, it's intended to be as neutral as you can make it. Did I cover it?
Yeah, sounds about right.
All right. Any more questions?
Woo! It's kind of hard to do the audio for these YouTubes now with this setup. It's got some feedback. Got that feedback loop, doing the feedback. So what it was just said, this is Stefan Thomas, the ex-CTO of Ripple Labs, left to start Coil. And he's just basically saying what you guys just referenced, the Coil is the Amazon of the internet. Is that what you said? What was the exact thing I typed in? Something like that. Whatever you guys said. Also, what he just said, thinking about the Coil is not tied to XRP. Coil is not tied to XRP. He said it's like the buffet of web monetization. It's like the sushi buffet of web monetization. And the other day I saw someone ask, why would this be a thing? He was like, why do I want to let Coil see all these sites I'm going to and all this other stuff? And I think that there's a degree of resistance to this. I think that there's a degree of resistance to a lot of things, just the natural rebel characteristics of some of this crypto space, this anti-establishment space. But what they're really saying is they're going to change the way that the web monetization can be you know, delivered, but also I think the way it can be tracked. Because as of right now, there's a lot of big issues with the way the data for ads is aggregated or collected, and how efficient the ads are actually delivered to the recipients of said ad, and for how much the people are paying in the ad agency for that ad, et cetera, et cetera. There's a gray area there. There's a disconnect. There's a loss of value, and the loss of values can be positively affected by systems like this, looking at how to better understand the content delivery systems and also the ad revenue from them, and what that means, who's going where, what are they seeing. That's pretty big. It's pretty big. And their initiative to head in that direction now shows their foresight. It shows their foresight. Yeah, it's prime for the internet. Internet monetization, prime for the internet, or however you said it. That does make sense. Diane Palmer, I'm glad your AC gets fixed today too. I hope it gets fixed well. All you can eat sushi. Yeah, exactly. Leah said, is it for any currency? It is. It is for any currency. You can use any currency on Coil. It just so happens that XRP is fast and efficient and beautiful and cheap, etc. etc. Amazon Prime. So they're saying, he said Amazon Prime. Where was that? It was like right here. He literally just said it.
And so, yeah, the main thing is that web monetization underlying standards is still open. So unlike a lot of other platforms, you don't have to adopt. But we think that over time and across customers, it'll more or less even out. And if somebody is genuinely browsing the web 24/7 and their mouse cursor moves like 1 pixel every minute, we might block them or throw them off the platform. Question?
Did you say it's like the all-you-can-eat sushi of monetization?
So the question is it like the all-you-can-eat sushi of web monetization? Yes, exactly. That's exactly what it is. We gave a presentation at Apple, and they called it the Amazon Prime for the whole internet. So there's the other.
We gave a presentation at Apple. They called it the Amazon Prime for the entire internet. There you go. We gave a presentation at Apple. They called it the Amazon Prime for the entire internet. That's pretty cool. Also, did they just kind of skip over the fact that he just said they gave a presentation at Apple? They gave a presentation at Apple. Huh. Okay. Okay. Hey, thanks. Thanks, Lee. Thank you, Lee. So there you go. Coil is popping off. It's pretty good. It's pretty good stuff. And thinking about everything built around XRP right now. Thinking about the XRParrot, thinking about XRapid, everyone's waiting on, thinking about Codius, Coil, Convergence. It's insane how much is happening in this space, and everyone's just waiting, I think, for some kind of momentum or movement. And I can understand that it's probably, confusing. Like we were saying earlier, for you to continually mentally try to focus your attention on the market and see all these movements and then think I don't understand this. It's a complex system. You want to understand it. Your brain continually tries to understand it. It wants to make sense of all the movement. It tries to have a degree of mastery and refinement, but it's not easy because it's really just so volatile, and it's easily manipulated by whales and by misinformation and by fake volume. So those are the things that the NYSE and NASDAQ has said that they're going to try to clean up. That's what BACT is trying to do, setting up the global digital asset system. So it's exciting to think about. It's exciting to think about. Who's taking out loans for XRP? Kyle says no loan. Mikey says no loan, just lots of cash. I agree. Maybe don't take out a loan. I did just see a thread. I'm not saying no one knows when the bottom is. No one knows when the top is. It's definitely a risk. Obviously high risk, high reward. I'm not a financial advisor. I can't tell you what to do with your money, but I've seen a lot of posts on Reddit the last few weeks of people who took out loans 8 months ago. They took out a 1-year loan on crypto, and they bought in January, and they are not very happy. Now, I can say, obviously, that's not you. That was a long time ago. But, you got to be careful taking out a loan. You got to be careful. Let's all keep in mind, Kenny Williams says that Amazon has a cryptocurrency exchange in the works. There's an article going around that they had patent or registered the name. That's true. That's true. They did. It's true. They did. Mikey, he's so right. Smash that thumbs up, people. Smash that like button. And also, only invest what you're willing to lose. Only invest what you're willing to lose. Don't go above that. You are doing great, Kyle. I don't think I can keep working 7 days a week anymore. You're doing great, brother. You're doing great. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. I'm doing those 7 days, 16 to 18-hour days. This is my break. This is my break. This is my downtime to hang out with you guys. Whoa, whoa, what's up, what's up? Because it's so cheap, Jay Midnight says. Because it's so cheap, I'm going to keep buying more. Yeah, the potential reward is bigger than the risk. It's the probability is weighing on the side of yes. The probability is weighing on the side of yes. $16 hours a day. I like it. I like it. Mikey says, look for XRapid. Stop watching the charts every day. It'll feel better when you understand it's a long cycle, longer than Bitcoin gains. We're not in a speculation coin. We are in a utility. Good point. Good point. Very good point. Refresh the page. I just refreshed the page. What are we looking at? What's happening? Is there any, Ed French says, is there any word on when WireX will be available in the US after the moon? It would be the perfect tool to do property closings. Ed French, that's a great question. I too am wondering when WireX will make it to the States. I'm excited about that. I also was looking at the other cards that are coming out. I think that there's another thing breaking today that we didn't really look at yet. We could is a Visa debit card in China that came out. A crypto Visa debit card in China. I think it was in China. I think that popped off the news today. Asia's first cryptocurrency Visa debit card to take on credit cards. So think about these cards, if they're built on these international payment rails and you can use them anywhere in the world and there's no overdraft fees, what's left for the banks to make money on? How are they going to make money? So you got to wonder. That's why people are saying that interest rates are going to go negative. Instead of you being paid for the banks holding your money, you're going to have to pay. You're going to have to pay for banks holding your money. And then unless you want to take personal responsibility for your holdings on your own, then you're going to be paying for other people to hold your monies. And that's how they're going to make money in the future, moving towards this cashless society. Looking at Hong Kong blockchain to startup rolls out Asia's first cryptocurrency Visa debit card to take on credit cards. That's interesting to look at. Crypto.com, the blockchain startup behind Asia's first crypto Visa debit card, on Wednesday said that their partner bank has applied to issue cards in the city. Over the next 2 months, the company will ship more than 100,000 cards to customers globally, starting with Singapore. That's pretty big. That's pretty big stuff, guys. China's Hong Kong rolling out Visa debit card. The company's offering a new instrument for untapped markets. Big stuff. Big stuff. So we have another company like that competing. Monaco's competing for that space. So yeah, you can see they're coming into this realization that it's going to happen. They're headed this direction. It's true. It's true. It's true. What's happening right now on XRP Binance chart? I have no idea because my Binance is not open. What's happening on the chart? Tell me more. You know, Lassie Lee's right. Lassie Lee's right. You guys, we need to take into consideration that wherever you think you're going, you're eventually going to get there. I believe in you. I believe you. When you get there, eventually you're going to get there and you're going to turn around and realize, now I just want something else. That's the problem. That's the problem with getting what you want is you've got what you once wanted. And that's right. Thinking about this Lassie saying, I want to reach 200,000 XRP, and when I reach 200,000 XRP, I will want 250,000. It's a sickness. It is a sickness. You're sick. You're sick. That's okay. I've got a cure. More XRP. You know what? Actually, I saw something today. I saw a commenter on my video. Did you guys watch my XRapid win video? I made an XRapid win video. It was pretty exciting. It was fun to make. Happy to do it. Happy to put that information together. Brad dropping some good knowledge in his AMA. Someone commented on that video. They said, there's only enough XRP for each person in the world to have 13 of them. I was like, whoa. I didn't check the math. So I'm going to trust their math is good. But only enough XRP for each person in the world to have 13 XRP. That's crazy. That's pretty crazy, right? That's pretty crazy. Lassie lie. Allah, hey la Lassie lie. Yeah, I don't know how else to say. How do I say your name, Lassie? Lassie, what did I say wrong? Yeah, exactly. Just tell them haters back up. Back up. Lassie. Give me the cure. Give me the cure, doctor. Give me the cure. $13.33333333333333333. Wow. So, I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure, but I think most of us have made it above the, I don't even know what line that would be. Like the world population average holding line. I have no idea what that would be. But, yeah, that's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy to think about. There's only 13 XRP per person in the world. I feel kind of guilty. I have a few more than that now. I feel guilty. I have a little bit more than that. Like, do I have too many? Good questions. Great questions. So we need to make a big vacation plan for all the people in this room to come and get trained. Oh, yeah. You want Kung Fu training, do you? You want Kung Fu training. Kung Fu training's not fun, bro. It's not fun. I mean, it's fun for me. It's fun for me. I keep setting a stop limit to buy XRP. Is it going up or down? Are you in Binance or something? It says it's still at 29 cents. It's still at 29 cents. We just need an XRP chip after the meeting. Even if it was 1K, still okay. Clara B says, if we're all taking XRP off exchanges, does that reduce circulating volume, and should that affect price? That's a great question. You're asking if us purchasing XRP on the exchanges reduces the circulating volume, and does that affect price? I believe yes. Purchasing XRP off the exchanges does affect the available circulating supply, and that does affect price. That's a good question. And I believe you are correct. You saw someone today saying that he bought 32,000 XRP and he spent less than what I did. Okay. Good for them. I guess. If I tokenize my hair, you would purchase. I'd purchase. Clara Beast. So funny. Not anymore. The rich guy that OD had 500 million XRP. That is bye-bye now. I don't get it. Kyle, what problems are you having with the Toast wallet? Tell me more. Ed French is right. Don't feel guilty. I won't feel guilty. I'll let it off my shoulders. I won't feel guilty. I'll feel grateful I'm financially awake. It's true. The financial system is very confusing. Like the monetary system, it was developed and built, I think, I'm not going to say purposely to be confusing, but it is. It's pretty confusing. It's understandable to see people not want to even partake in a conversation. And I thought about this yesterday. I was talking to someone about voting, and I was thinking about voting in general, how the voting numbers are down. I always vote, but I don't vote in all the small local elections like I should. I usually just vote in the bigger, in things that I actually have an opinion on. But what's happening with this like lack of voting? It's interesting to think about this: the lack of voting, the lack of contribution, the lack of effort, I guess, the lack of putting effort into doing research and being informed. That's about where it is with XRP and with the monetary policy too. Like, it's a lot of work. It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of effort for you to put the time into understanding these conversations that are being had. Even if you listen to all the YouTubers in the world and all the best financial analysts and all the most informative TED Talks, you still have to have a certain degree of your own ability to put information together, to correlate data in your mind and make it sensible, to make it work. What does that mean? Or where are you headed with this? It's challenging. Every day, I think people are getting more and more distracted and more pulled back from what they should be focusing on. And so it's hard for us to take our attention and turn it to learn about something new and to be able to put energy and effort into these systems, into these changes, into these communities. And so I think that is big. It's really big. It's hard. I understand. And just staying committed to commitment is one of the biggest things. You're not going to always be right. You're not going to always know what's up. You're not going to always be the most informed, but you can continually show up and put energy in. You can continually show up and put energy and effort into the space, and that is what does it. That's what makes it work. And so people, not wanting to even take the time and effort to look at the monetary system, I understand it's confusing. People not wanting to take the time to look at these discussions and these changes, I understand. It takes time and effort. It takes energy. It sucks energy from you. You just want to kind of like take a break sometime and not deal with it. I get it. So it's easy to see, how people can get swept up in the confusion and the distraction and what that means. It's hard. Yeah, the Matthew Mellon thing is really interesting. That Matthew Mellon movie is coming out. That's going to do big. They're definitely making that movie about him, and that's going to be a big catalyst for crypto in general. Just seeing the mainstream media suggesting a narrative and people just researching it, being interested. It's a good plan. Mikey, that's a good plan. I agree. It's a good plan. Mikey's right. You should definitely set up like a backup keep for passwords or something in case of that. I think that we'll probably see some custodial services in the future moving forward that have done that have basically compiled the services into one place to deal with those types of issues. And Juan just said, this is why XRP will never go to zero. That millionaire died, and all that XRP is still there. So thinking about that, it's the same for Bitcoin. There's a bunch of Bitcoin that was purchased and lost or disappeared, or it just went somewhere and no one knows. So it's the same for both. I think it's the same for both. Like, yeah, you're right. It will never be able to go to zero completely. There will always be some value in it, even if all the real volume has left. But I don't even think that's going to happen. I think one of the tweets I saw yesterday from TechCrunch, one of the things from TechCrunch said that they're expecting the crypto market to surpass the stock market capitalization. The current market capitalization of the stock market, I don't know, average maybe $20 trillion. And the entire market cap of crypto is at $200 billion. And thinking about Brad's TechCrunch moment yesterday, he referenced that if you look from a straight line from a year ago to today, it's still up from what, 20, 30, 40 billion up to 200 billion. So that's a pretty good return. Looking at 200 billion to 20 trillion, that's even a bigger return. That's a really big return. Wow, Eve, that sounds weird. What are you saying? Eve, you're saying that there's some XRP stuck in transit? Lost in transit? Lean 200 pounds. Nice. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, I think I'm like at 195. 195. You're going to leave a treasure hunt and clues for your relatives? Bro, that sounds horrible. That sounds like that sounds torturous. You're like, and I've died. If you're watching this message, it means that I've died, and now there's a treasure hunt to find my XRP. Maybe it'll be fun. Maybe it'll be fun. I don't know. They're like crying, like wandering through the woods, like. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. But yeah, you do you. You do you. You do woo. I respect your decision. I respect your decision. Whatever you want. Whatever you want to do. Oh, Eve said she's having toast issues. Toast wallet issues. Yeah. I've never had issues with Toast Wallet, but I think there's some payment channel things, or there's some ways you can like set it up to where maybe your money's not lost, maybe it's not gone, maybe it's just like in a payment channel, or maybe it's in like a. I have no idea, honestly. I'm still learning too. Grass-fed beef only. Spread the standard. That's a good point. He said, I really think they need to find out an accurate way to see how many XRP are in circulation, because it would be way less than they are posting equal price increase. I think that's just one of the problems we have with CoinMarketCap and with Live Coin Watch and all these other things. I don't think they can accurately give us the real open circulating supply, or possibly that data is just not relevant enough for it to even post. I don't know. I don't know for sure why, what that would mean, but it's a possibility. It's a good possibility. I think that we can continually reference the SEC's claims, or like the rejection of the ELFs because of the fake volume and misinformation, misvolume. I think those things will become less and less problems as we move forward and we have more reputable, trusted custodial services and exchanges brought on. Makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense, you know? It just makes sense. Lassie says, just think about this for a second. Imagine stacking up on XRP at this low. How many X times it must go up before it reaches 384 again, all-time high, and that's nothing when utility kicks in. It's a good point. It's a good point. And I think a lot of people are still speculating about what all this means and what potentially the prices will look like with utility. I'm excited. I'm excited for sure. I also agree with Mikey that I want it to stay low for another moment or two. That would be really sweet. I don't want it to go up yet. I want it to stay low for one more moment if it could. It's again below 30 cents today. Bitcoin's under 6,500. Ethereum's under 230, or it's right at 230. Bitcoin Cash at 512. EOS at $5. Stellar at 20 cents. And Litecoin at $56. Cardano at 8.5 cents. Just breaking over an hour and a half today for our live stream with the headlines and the news, running through the review of what happened today. We had Ripple XRP becoming more efficient and sustainable as a currency, looking at the energetic expenditure of the ledger itself compared to proof of work algorithms. We also had the XRP community under fire, the FUD war happening on the front lines. Be supportive of your fellow XRP FUD fighters out there. And looking at the Holdor retweeting this coming soon, XRParrot for fast and easy Euro to XRP conversions. Very exciting new development from Wheats, and consumer-facing application built on the XRP ledger, providing services and taking away some of the profits from those corporate giants running amok for so long Also, this Dogecoin and Ethereum build out, the Doge Ethereum test. I'm not really sure. We'll have to look at that more moving forward. We had the Coil compare. We looked at that, the YouTube video with Coil, thinking about Stefan Thomas talking about Coil, thinking about the ILP serving any crypto they want, the Amazon Prime of internet monetization quoted by Apple. Apple says, and Hong Kong blockchain startup rolls out Asia's first cryptocurrency debit card, a take on credit cards. That's very crazy. Very, very crazy. It's your birthday today, Diane. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Diane. Happy birthday. I don't know if I don't have a happy birthday hotkey. I have nothing ready for this. I have nothing for this. Do breaking news. Breaking news, guys. It's Diane's birthday. Oh, wait. No, it's not today. It's not today. Okay. So that's it. Those are the headlines. Running through the news, looking at what's happening, keeping you guys informed. I was kind of expecting to see a little bit of a price drop on XRP because of that, because of the TechCrunch yesterday, but it looks like it actually gave it a little bit of a run, a little bit of resistance. Maybe that PR 101 tweet I made is true. Maybe we had some people that were invited into the conversation and they were given the space to take part in the conversation, believing that they knew what XRP was, and maybe we brought them off the fence. Who knows? That's about all we're going to do for today's broadcast. Thanks a bunch, everyone, for joining. It means a lot. Good to see everyone. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I appreciate everyone's support, and I will see you tomorrow. Wait, tomorrow? Yep. I'll see you tomorrow. Bad news, good news. I don't know if it's good news or bad news. I don't know what's going to happen, but on Saturday, I'm going to not be at the house. I'm going to be out of town. I'm going to try to do the live thing like normal, but it's going to be a little different. We'll figure out how to do it. We'll figure it out together. That's right. That's right. I'll be at the beach. I'll be at the beach. And that's all. Thanks a bunch, everybody. Thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. Thanks to all the mods. Thanks for all the super chatters. Thanks for all the contributors. It's good to see you all. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Drink some water and let me know what's going on with you. Shoot me a tweet or something on Twitter. Farewell. Farewell. Have a great day. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Take care. I'll see you next time. Oh, we have that video coming out later today, too, for you guys. For everybody. It's for everybody. Farewell. Farewell. Have a great day.